What's going on, people? Welcome to MUFC MPB. I am your host, Aaron Chakaya. Make sure before you carry on watching this video, maybe pause it for a bit. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, do all of these good things because you know what it is. Algorithm. Let's get this channel up. Let's get this channel boosted up and all the videos and the content that you see on this channel. Welcome along. Welcome again. This week, we have very important things to talk about, very interesting things to talk about. So make sure you stay locked in for the future. And today, of course, now, a lot of things have been happening behind the scenes. INEOS have been doing, I have to say, great work behind the scenes. I was very skeptical when they came in. Obviously, when the choice was there between the Qataris and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the choice was made pretty quickly because, you know, you get swayed by the amount of money that they have, the amount of influence that they have, all of these good things. And sometimes, yes, a lot of money may be good in certain instances, but in other instances, a lot of money doesn't always mean that you're going to be successful. And we've been hammering on the fact that structure is everything. Structure is everything, especially at a football club like Manchester United, which has lacked structure for a number of years. And some of these appointments that we're making, I'm just looking at that and I'm thinking, I'm asking myself, wait, we didn't have that? Or what? We didn't have that? So they came in to a huge mess. And when I say they, I mean INEOS, of course. They came into a huge mess. So to see all of these little pieces being put together, all of these pieces being completed to the jigsaw and all of these things is great, man. Let's be honest. It's great to see Manchester United finally taking form again. Because I did say, and I'm going to use the words of my good friend Flawless, who keeps saying, press the reset button. And I feel like Manchester United with INEOS having come in now, they really sat down and said, reset button, let's start all over again and let's start from scratch. The appointment of Omar Berrada, who came in. The appointment of a new sporting director, which we're going to talk about, a director of football, which we're going to talk about, the recruitment. Some of the technical staff has changed. People have left. So many people over the past few weeks have just been announced to leave Man United. And I'm just sat there and I'm thinking, these guys are really doing the work behind the scenes. So right now, I'm in a position where I'm thinking, INEOS, cool. Do what you want to do what you have to do to try and persuade fans to be back on side with the club. Because in recent years, I can agree that, there's been a lot of divide. So hopefully, with all of these appointments, which we're going to talk about in a minute, the fan base can come back together and support the club. Obviously, everyone in their own way. But hopefully we can all come back together and root for the success of Manchester United, because that's what we're here for, 100%. Anyway, the news came in last night on Valentine's Day, surprisingly, that Dan Ashworth is ready to say yes to Manchester United after very positive conversations with INEOS. He has informed Newcastle and Manchester United. Now it depends on the two clubs. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The two clubs are now negotiating on whether we should pay for Dan Ashworth to leave Newcastle United. The talk online is that we do have to pay. And listen, I understand that, you do have to pay to let someone like Dan Ashworth go. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know everything he's doing, but there is a track record out there of him being at Brighton, him being at Newcastle in terms of recruitment, the players that he brought in. There is a track record there, and it's not scrubs that he brought in. It's actually quality players that he brought in. So Dan Ashworth is a very good appointment, man. Very good appointment. And people online, sometimes I see people asking, why would he leave Newcastle United to go to Manchester United? He was good there. He was in a good position. I understand why, and it's the same thing with Omar Berrada. Yes, you're at a big club. Yes, you're at a club that functions well, but to be part of a rebuild of Manchester United, and this is where I think, and we joke ironically, we joke around and we keep saying the "we are Manchester United" card still works, and it clearly does. Like, Man United is so big that we can still go to people and say, listen, we're trying to restart this thing here. Do you want to be part of it? And people just seem to say yes for some reason, and it works. So the Man United clout is undeniable, let's be honest. And I think it goes back to when we got Jose Mourinho in, and we played Europa League football, and we got Zlatan and Paul Pogba for 100 million. But obviously that's a story for another day. But yeah, the Man United clout is undeniable. So Dan Ashworth could be on his way very soon. It also says that Man United and Newcastle are expected to reach an agreement over Dan Ashworth by early next week. A formal approach from Manchester United is being prepared for the sporting director, and a swift conclusion is the preference of all parties. So clearly they want to get this done as soon as possible. I don't know who Dan Ashworth's replacement is going to be at Newcastle United. I guess we'll wait and see for that one, but it's looking good. It's looking good. So by early next week, we could get an announcement maybe from the club to see whether Dan Ashworth is, or to announce the arrival of Dan Ashworth. Personally, I believe it's going to get done. It's just a question of when, basically. So I'm very happy with this, man. Very happy. I think it was between him and Craig. It's not Craig Mitchell. It's Paul Mitchell. Is it Paul Mitchell? Something Mitchell. Anyway, the ex-guy from Monaco. Actually, I'm going to look it up. Is it Paul Mitchell? No, it's not Paul Mitchell. Monaco. 1 second, guys. Is it Paul Mitchell? It is Paul Mitchell, yeah. It was between him and Paul Mitchell. I think there was another one that was named at a certain point, but I didn't really believe that one. I think it was Paolo Maldini, if I'm not wrong, but that was a bit of a stretch, so I didn't really believe that. But yeah, it was between Dan Ashworth and Paul Mitchell, and, visibly, we're going for Dan Ashworth. I would have been happy with either or, to be honest. I would have been happy with Mitchell, and now Ashworth's coming, so I'm happy with that. And then some other news broke today, where there is another story, another major break-in and another addition to the senior roles. And it says that Manchester United are working on a deal to appoint Jason Wilcox to a senior post in the new setup. United are yet to approach Southampton for the highly rated director of football, but Wilcox is aware of the interest. The job would report into the sporting director. Again, this is someone that worked at Man City. He was largely responsible for some of the academy decisions that were made at the time. I think there was even a report that said that he was largely responsible, or he was credited with the developing of people like Phil Foden, Romeo Lavia, Sancho, Cole Palmer, Brahim Diaz, Edozie, Rory Delap, Liam Delap, I'm talking about his dad, Liam Delap, Lewis, Wilson Esbrand, Bino Gittins, who's at Dortmund right now, McAtee, who's at Sheffield United. So again, track record. We're not just bringing in people that just do anything. We're bringing in people that have been there and done that. And you can check the records. It's right there, black on white. So this goes back to what Brailsford was saying in one of his interviews, that performance is at the top of everything. If you want to have top performances, you need to bring in the best of the best. You need to bring in the best in class. And it looks like this is what we're doing. And honestly, I have to take my hat off to INEOS, because even before all of this 25% stake was announced formally, obviously now approved by the Premier League and the English FA, you could hear the rumours of, we're trying to get this guy in, we're trying to get this guy in and this guy. And these were not joke men. These were renowned people with pedigree, people with clout, people with, people that have been there, done that. Do you see what I mean? So this is Jason Wilcox, who obviously used to be a player and now is meant to come to Manchester United. And it's also said that he is keen on a move to Manchester United, and he could arrive before even Dan Ashworth, because with Southampton, it could be an easier deal to do. So, and I think I've seen a video where someone else, a City fan, Big Steve, was talking about it as well, where he said that you have to be a serious club for all of your main pieces to be taken away from your club, and you can still be sustainable. And for that, I have to take my hat off to City as well, just as a neutral. But again, huge credit to INEOS and Sir Jim Ratcliffe for going to all these clubs, somehow talking them into letting go of their best pieces their best people within their structure and joining them, making them join Manchester United, which is great, honestly. Have to say it. So, yeah, there's a few Ten Hag quotes that came out as well. Ten Hag has been asked about what's been going on behind the scenes. He's been asked about what he thinks about the whole stuff. And he said, well, Ten Hag on INEOS, working to bring in new staff, director and more. He says, I'm very happy in this construction. At Man United, you can't do everything alone. So you need to, at Man United, you can't do everything alone, so you need very good people around you. I'm happy, but a club like Manchester United absolutely need it. He also says, we are working on the plans for the summer transfer window. We plan in this construction what we have in the club and for the future. It's crucial to be on the same page. At Manchester United, you always need to look better. Good is not good enough. Well, he keeps saying that, but, on the pitch, it's a different story. But I just hope Ten Hag means it, because for a very large period of time, it looked like he thought he could take on the whole thing by himself. So I hope he realizes that he does need help around him. And I think I said it like months ago. I said, you can't let him sign players by himself. This whole, I need control over the whole transfer policy. No, this can't happen, especially for a club like Manchester United. This can't happen where a manager decides, especially in 2024, this can't happen anymore. A manager needs help, needs structure around him. He needs people that can tell him, you want to get this player? Nah, I think we should get this player. And a manager should listen to those people because they have the know-how. They have the knowledge to properly scout and recruit players. So, yeah, I'm happy with all this news. Very happy with all this news. And I hope Ten Hag means it. I'm not necessarily Ten Hag out. I've been very frustrated with the way he's been working recently, and I've been very frustrated with the quotes that have come out from his side. I just hope he comes back to his senses and realizes that he needs help. Massive help. So, yeah, people. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all of these good things for me. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well so you know when we post exactly. So make sure you do all of these good things for me. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the weekend. Hopefully Manchester United win when we play. And I think I don't want to say anything wrong. We are playing on Sunday against Luton away. It's not going to be easy. So, yeah, hopefully this also boosts the morale of the players. Obviously, we've been on a good run of form in the Premier League, but that loss is always around the corner, so hopefully we can carry that on. Anyway, guys, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great end of your week and have a great weekend. And I will see you next Thursday for another video on MUFC MPB. Peace.